Hello! Welcome to the Adventure Archive, and welcome back to Mythic Odysseys of Theros, tomorrow's Twilight. For those of you who may be joining us for the first time, thank you so much, everyone who's here. True Blue, thank you so much. This is a campaign setting set in Theros, which is a Magic the Gathering block setting that started all the way back in 2013 and was incredibly popular, kind of an analog for ancient Greece. Just about a year ago, Wizards of the Coast decided to put that into a campaign setting for Dungeons & Dragons, and here we are, basically playing in Dungeons & Dragons Greece, ancient Greece setting. I'm Evil Andy, and I am your Dungeon Master tonight. Let me introduce our players. So joining us again, he's one of our regulars. You know him from Darkest Kingdoms. Eric, how you doing tonight? Tell us about how you're doing and who you're playing.
I'm doing great. I am playing Brazino the Fourth Jr., a paladin of Heliod, and I'm excited to kill a spider.
Oh, be careful.
Yeah, I know. Or get killed. I'm excited to get killed by a spider.
You're excited to get killed by a spider. Excellent.
Right?
What is it called when you kill something that's already dead? Is it double dead? I'm giving away too much. Joining us from his channel, we love to tune in for his world building, for his late night gaming, for his leading us all as we pew pew spaceships out of space. L2S Christian, how you doing tonight?
I'm great. I always enjoy being here, and in this game I play Fonaze Dinatha, the Leonin Barbarian.
Excellent. My favorite neighbor, mother of our community, and one of the best mods we've got. Janelle, how you doing tonight?
Doing good. Excited to not die, mostly. I play Sakira. She's a Satyr warlock, and she's hoping that she does more damage than she takes, really.
Well, we'll see about that. Another regular from our Dark Kingdoms Wednesday night game. You know him as the Russian Christopher Walken. Matt, how you doing today?
Doing excellent, Andy. How are you doing?
Who
my character is Nico. He's another Leonin, although he's not as big and burly as the other two guys. He's an artificer from Oreskos, and he's trying to impress Perforos with his infusions.
Excellent. Another Dark Kingdoms regular from Wednesday night, and you also might know him from his writing streams. Jason, how are you doing this evening?
I'm great, and I'm playing Periergos, the human bard, the only human in the entire mix, but he has a bit of a background with wood carving, so he did fashion a theater mask that looks like a lion, so...
Excellent. Now you know our players. Let us set the scene. The village, well, the town of Alekos, once a great port city, the trading outpost of the Olentan Empire, which was smote by the sun god Heliod and sunk below the ocean, and this town has now fallen into disrepair. Well, dark portents have recently been circling around the prophecies of Miletus, a portent that foretells doom for all of Theros if Alekos should fall into destruction as well. Not wanting to sit idle, the crew of Tomorrow's Twilight, a theater company that also moonlights as a mercenary company, set sail for Alekos in an attempt to allay their problems. They have 3 days before the summer solstice comes, the day when this dark prophecy is foretold to come true, and they are attempting to bring happiness to the people. They completed several quests. If you'd like to see some of those in action, you can actually go to our YouTube to catch up on our first 3 episodes. Leading up to this episode, The heroes had heard reports of a mysterious figure in blue skulking around a ruined estate to the north of the city. They'd also heard reports of Returned, the undead who exist in Theros, returned and deranged individuals who have clawed their way up from the underworld to return to the mortal world. Usually they want nothing other than to kill mortals. So obviously the people of Alekos didn't want that to happen, and these heroes were going off to make sure that if they were there, they could fight them far away. After exploring the ruined estate, they found the remains of a grand thaumaturge. Oh lordy, a grand thaumaturge's workshop, where they found out that they were doing experiments on the Returned in an attempt to find this individual named Tassos, and bring them back to life. Using a portal, they sent themselves below the estate into these caverns, as you can see in front of you, filled with these luminescent crystals. As they began to explore, they found giant spider webs everywhere, and eventually cages with Returned in them, surrounding a giant spire of crystal. And as they entered that main chamber of the cavern, a humongous spider climbed up across the ceiling and shrieked at them, its torso covered in masks. These masks that the Return wear, covering its torso. It shrieks at you, and now I have to ask, heroes, what are you going to do? How about roll initiative?
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Running's not an option.
Hey, and click on your token.
And click on your tokens this time.
I gotta
I
find my
will
token.
I
set
always
the
forget.
mood.
That's the lowest initiative I've ever rolled.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Where am I?
I didn't do so hot either.
Ah, there I am. I'm right in front.
Yeah.
I've been rolling pretty good the last few sessions, so it was only a matter of time.
Well, don't forget to
How'd you get a
use-
0? That's crazy.
Don't forget to use your blesses if you would like to. As Janelle pointed out earlier, yes, indeed, you can see the name of this enormous creature, and that is just fine. It won't help you at all.
What?
Oh, thank you so much,
What?
the Grand Eldritch. You blessed Brazino. I will address that for you.
Both of them.
Yo!
Perry got the bless as well.
Perry got a bless as well. Let's do that up then.
I suppose I should put on my battle mask.
You have a battle mask? What does it look like?
Rawr.
Rawr, like that.
Rawr. Okay,
Look at it.
excellent. Let's see here. So I will set in descending. As this enormous creature shrieks at you, Fakira, you are the first to act. Let me put out one little bit of information you will need. And I will make this larger so that everyone can see. This creature's AC is 15, so remember, you go ahead and roll. You'll know if you hit. Just describe to me your actions, and I will roll off of it with you. What would you like to do?
She's gonna squeak a little bit of fear, a little bit of just surprise at seeing something so giant in front of her. She's gonna and cast Hex on it.
Okay. It doesn't get a save or anything?
Let's see. Nope, I
Nope.
just place a curse on it.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's now got little strings of like white energy just swirling around it, kind of
Ooh.
like an atom.
Bizarre.
And then she's like, all right, I don't like you. You should go away, and cast Eldritch Blast.
Excellent.
And as she shoots, it goes and it hits it directly in the side, somehow managing to get directly between two of the masks that are embedded inside.
Ooh.
It hits between the masks and actually comes out through the torso, and you see a mask pop off of the other side of it. 13 damage?
13 damage plus 2 hex.
Plus 2 hex. 15.
That's awesome.
It shrieks again, and you see one of its legs actually like come down and like touch it, and it scuttles around, moving. Would you like to do anything else? Move?
She's just gonna take a step back just to give the rest of them a little more room so they can maneuver a little better. And she's gonna keep her eyes swirling.
It is Nico's turn.
And Nico is super, super impressed by that Eldritch Blast. I kind of see it go in between those masks. And then he kind of reaches out and he just says like a little whispered, I suppose he doesn't really pray, but like his version of a prayer to Perforos to thank him for the gift of fire. And he kind of reaches his hand out and he kind of cast a cantrip called, I call it Perforos's Fire. I think other people call it the Firebolt. Here we go. And I'm gonna, is this something that we can bless, Andy?
Absolutely, yes.
So let's start off with fire. I'm gonna bless this one. Oh, it doesn't matter though.
Yeah,
so he blesses it, and so it gets really close. But like the fire, I guess like I was so impressed by the shields that it actually like skims off the shield that was falling off of it, and just doesn't light any part of it on fire whatsoever. And then he kind of is like, oh shit. He kind of looks at his claws, and then he kind of reaches out with a bonus action to Phonaze, which I think is just to my right, and he kind of sees like a shimmering light kind of come over Phonaze as a shield of faith kind of gifted from Perforos comes over Phonaze, giving him a +2 to armor class as long as I can maintain my concentration.
Excellent. This is a perfect moment to pause and go over that Matt is playing the Artificer class, and there are some really fun new
Cool
aspects to that really relate to other members of the party. So earlier on, before they went on the adventure to the Cacao Estate, Nico had actually blessed some of the items from the party. Why don't you tell us about that before we continue on into this combat? Because I have a feeling it'll be kind of pertinent.
It will be pertinent, yeah. So let's, I think I put him up here earlier. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, so for the two kind of the burly warrior Leonin in our party, I thought it would be really important for them to have like weapons that were worthy of them because we're so fierce. And so for Phonaze, he has this gorgeous like trident. And what's interesting about a trident is like it can be thrown. And so he had a infusion on it, so he could picture in his mind like Phonaze kind of just the musculature, and he kind of looks like an Olympic athlete just launching his trident. And then all of a sudden, like it not only does it like have like a little bit added attack and damage and stuff, but the moment it is used to make the ranged attack and hits or misses, it immediately returns to his hand.
Wow.
Yeah,
Very
so it's
cool.
called a returning weapon. And then for our guy Brazino, the fourth junior, I believe, he's more of a simple man, and so he just needed an enhanced weapon. So his kind of just like is like Brazino. It's like kind of adds a little boost to everything, and gives him a little bit of extra hit and a little bit of extra damage. I believe with a beautiful sword that kind of looks. What Eric had told me was like a beautiful, almost Egyptian sword. So you can picture kind of like blades kind of on both sides with that kind of like a huge handle where you could either go one-handed or two-handed with it. Yeah, it's cool.
Excellent. So you boost Brazino's armor, and that is
I boosted Faunaze's
Faunaze's armor. Okay.
Yeah, because
excellent.
Brazino's tough. He's already got armor on.
Excellent. All right. Then it is Brazino's turn.
All right, let's get dirty. I'm gonna run up 15 feet and throw my javelin
Excellent.
at him, because Why not? And javelin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, tell me all about it.
So I just I was running up and just gave a big heave right at him. And then I want to keep running to get my other 15 feet or
You actually have a little more than that because your movement is 35 feet, if I remember correctly.
Oh, 35. That's right. I get an extra 5. So I'll go right to there. I don't want to block anybody else's attack either, so.
Excellent. The Nyx Weaver begins to move slightly. It shifts along the top of this crystal, and it actually leans back and begins moving its legs in this really bizarre motion, as if it was pulling something in. And then you see before your eyes, light begins to be pulled out of the crystal, and it begins to weave a ball of energy with the light that is coming from the crystal. And as it weaves it up, it launches it at the group at a 15-foot radius, starting from right there. I need dexterity saving throws from everyone except for Brazino as this ball of energy explodes among you.
I was totally convinced I was protecting them too.
Gonna bless that.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
not 20.
10. Thank you, Surprise, for the bless.
All right. Anyone who did not make the DC of 12 will take 10 damage from this.
Ooh.
Half as much if you saved. If you failed, you are also knocked prone from the energy. As you look up from being blasted by this energy, you see that the light from the crystal is gone. The energy has been tapped from it and can no longer be pulled out again.
You said 10 points?
10 points.
Oh man.
That was awesome. Andy.
Yeah.
I also
Wow.
used the
Nice.
bless, Andy.
Okay, I
Nice
will
roll.
keep track of that. You also notice something else. Creepy crawly moving down the walls towards you. As smaller spiders begin to crawl down the walls towards you.
Glad I stayed for you guys.
Yes. And it is now Ergos' turn.
Oh, I have a weird question, Andy.
Yes.
But before that happens, so I do have a reaction spell that I've never used before called Absorb Elements. Would that be pertinent for that attack? It's like a reaction.
Answer me if it absorbs radiant.
It absorbs everything but radiant, so no.
Then it would not work.
Got you. Okay, thank you.
So who used blesses?
I did. I used
And
one.
Janelle
I did.
as well. Okay. All right.
It did not work.
It did not work. Ergos, what are you going to do? Are you
Well,
flat on your face or did you save?
oh no, I didn't save, so I'm down.
You're down.
So I guess I will stand up. That's my whole action, right?
No, that is only
Movement?
a 10 feet of your movement.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna. Actually, I wanted to ask you, these cages that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see them from here? Like, what's inside them?
Oh yes, you can see that there are people things inside of them, and you see the gleams off of their mask. You can deduce that they are returned.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm actually going to
Ooh.
move back here, and I'm just gonna take a shot at that with my spear.
Their AC is 8. they're not particularly fast.
Okay.
Oh, was that a nat 1 for
Yep.
your save there, Vakira?
Yep.
Go ahead and
Oh,
roll your damage. Oh, that's your damage as well?
Oh, wait. Sorry, I did the wrong job. It doesn't matter. It's the same. It's still a hit. That's my damage for my spear.
You pierce this thing, and surprisingly, it just curls up and dies. It's not very robust. Yeah, 5 damage. Enough to kill it.
Nice.
That
Okay, I'm going to end my turn there.
Excellent.
Fakir reminded me I have to probably do a con save too to make sure Funaze has armor.
Ah.
Sorry about that.
You're
Wow.
fine.
There we go. Nat.
We are also doing a new thing. We are doing fate cards.
Oh, nice.
So, Janelle, I need you to roll a d20 and a d4 for me, please.
24,
Oh, I thought that was the command.
Nice.
I guess
8,
not.
3.
Go ahead. So
Must be a good one.
A total of 8 and 3, so 11. One of the gods has cursed you with slowness. Oops. I have a feeling that that's not going over very well. Has cursed you with slowness. You now have a red card. Keep this in your notes, and I will also be following up with it as well. On whenever I deem it necessary in a combat, you will go last in initiative order.
Ooh.
So let's go with Janelle now has a red card.
Do I get a blue, Andy?
Oh, when did you roll?
I just critted on a con save.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
excellent.
I got a 1, he got a 20.
Then go ahead and roll me a 20 and a d4 as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Janelle.
It's okay. At least a blue came.
Just straight up, just roll it one. Okay, I got
Yes.
you. D20, and then a D4. So 14.
14.
Something that helps Janelle, please.
My red card is negated.
One of the gods, perhaps Perforos, blesses you with advantage on a saving throw. Go ahead and write that in your notes, and you can
Got
use
it.
that at any time you want.
That probably won't come in handy here.
Probably
Thank you, sir.
won't come in handy. No.
Immediately.
Oop, that's not good. There we go. All right. Up next, after Periergos, it is Fonaze.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Did that pass? That you had to do a concentration check.
Yeah,
right?
Fonaze, you have you have extra
good.
shielding, dude. I
Okay.
crit success.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Which one? You said one of these spiders is dead too.
Yes, so the one back over by Periergos was killed by Periergos. So
Oh, okay.
the one that has
I,
the X through it.
oh, I didn't see back there. Okay. All right. As they come down, they are on the ground, correct? Like they've landed on the
Yes,
ground.
they've landed
Okay.
on the ground.
Okay. As I land on the ground, I'm frustrated because I want to run and join Brazino for the bigger fight, and but I'm not going to abandon the group here either. So I let out a large roar, go into a rage, and I go to the spider up here
Excellent.
and go and give it a stamp.
Its AC is 10.
Um,
I don't have the
okay.
AC marker
Yeah.
out, but
That's fine. Oh. Okay.
Gorgongon, yes, I would allow him to use it as a lucky.
So it is.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's one-handed because I have the shield right now. So.
Describe it, the hit for me.
Oh right. It's my first turn. I'm pretty much I roar and rage, but I'm looking at the big spider, and then I'm just like, let's get this over with, and I run over to the other one, and I slash at it with like the edge of my shield to kind of stun it, and then as its head like cocks to the side, it runs into the points of my trident and just kind of like oozes there before I pull it back out.
And it drops over and curls its legs up around itself as it dies. What would you like to do after that?
After that, so that was just 5 feet in movement. I think I'm going to use as much as I can. So, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is this going to give me any sort of cover or no?
Probably not. Not from a blast, but the crystal looks to have expended all of its energy in that attack. So, you don't think that it will be using it again, if game logic works. You looked at the large Nyx Weaver's eyes as you killed the smaller one.
Yeah.
And you can't be sure because there's so many. Yeah. But as you approach closer, it actually reaches out its arms and motions like, come here to you as you move closer. It also kind of gives the beckon to Brazino as well, like, yes, come close to me, you fools.
I'm already like blood pumping and my like, I'm salivating to kill this thing. And I'm moving forward, and I like have the shield in front of me and the trident like just right up next to it, like approaching it, but still like in a good run. So, and using all that speed, I'm finished.
Ooh, okay. Wow, did we go through everybody's turn that quickly? It is Fakira's turn.
Ow! Ow! Like gets up a little stiff. She's like, no, that's not allowed. Ow! And she casts Eldritch Blast again.
Excellent.
See.
Come on, baby.
Let me catch up here.
She's gonna bless it.
Gonna bless it, huh? Yeah.
No, yep.
Ooh.
No.
Gotta smoke them if you got them, baby.
You know, she's a little sorer than she thought, so it just kind of goes like, ow, and her like wrist twitches at the end, and it just sails right past it. She's like, I'll be right back, and she takes just a couple steps so she can catch a breather without it looking at her.
Excellent.
And that's her turn.
Nico.
So Nico kind of like, he's just so concentrated on Fonaze and super impressed like by what he just saw transpire with the trident, and so he tries to kind of jump up like an action hero but can't because he's not so super strong. So he just stands up. He kind of was gonna pop up, but he just stands up, and then I think he sees a spider in front of him. Is that true?
Yes, this thing right here is
okay. So before he moves, he's gonna kind of rub his hands together and kind of, come on, Perforos, like I'm feeling it on the shield. Come to me with the fire. And here we go. Oh! and so the fire, so like
hold on,
maybe like,
hold on. Its AC is only 10. Or excuse me, is only 10, yes.
Oh, so I can bless. There we go.
Yes, absolutely.
Boom. Okay, look at that.
Oh.
Right on the mark. Who knew? Okay.
Perforos answered your prayers.
Thank you, sir. He giveth and he takes it away.
Oh, he
and then he kind of like rubs his hands together. He's feeling it, and it kind of fizzles at first, and all of a sudden, he feels the heat. Oh, lights the thing just straight up on fire, and he's feeling pretty good. He doesn't see any other spiders, does he?
No, they all seem to be
three
dead
drop down
so far.
Okay, and he's actually not sure how those crystals work, so I think he's got about 17 feet of movement left. So he is going to move 5, 10. Can he kind of go like right here? Oh, not there. Like
sure,
that.
Yes, absolutely.
Boom, and he's kind of like to clear the way for them to shoot down the hallway, but to kind of not be stuck with them in case he powers up again. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Excellent. Brazino, the spider beckons you to come closer.
Oh, he doesn't have to beckon. I'm coming. Is how high up in the air is he?
So he's kind of sitting over the crystal now. So he's on the floor, but he's so large that if you stepped 5 feet closer, you're in range of him.
Okay, perfect.
And
Then
either way you want to step, if you want to go north or to the west, you'll be right there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go right there.
All right.
And long sword coming at him.
Longsword coming
Yeah,
at him.
baby.
I rolled, I thought.
Brazino.
It's
Maybe
just
he's gotta
taking a
roll
little
twice.
it's taking a little bit of time, so just make sure you touch the red dice with the beyond
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Well,
Give it one more go.
Yeah, baby.
Holy,
there we go. So, I was one-handed. So that's 9 points. And I'm going to go ahead and smite,
Uh-huh.
which
Eric,
is
you should get +1 to damage too, I think.
I think it's on there.
It looks like it is.
Oh, looks
Yeah,
like
it's on
3,
there.
okay.
So it's
Cool.
9 points of damage. It's 1d8 plus my 6. So it's 9 points, and I'm gonna roll. I guess there's probably a command for it on my sheet, right?
I don't know.
I'm gonna find out.
Probably be useful if there was.
It would be.
Boo-doo-boo-boo-boo-boo. How much does your smite do right now?
2d8.
If you want to just roll them in the roller.
I found it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, did it not do the damage?
If you go to the chat, it just put it to
Pink.
VTT, and then you can hit the 2d8, and it will roll it for you.
Sweet. Yeah.
11.
So 20 damage. Describe this smite for us, would you?
Yeah, so I jump up to get close to him. I'm kind of going for where he doesn't. I know he's covered with all those gold masks, so I'm kind of going for his eyes. So I know those aren't covered. I kind of just shove it in his eyes, but as I do, with my smite, it's like a call down from Heliod. So everything just kind of comes out of my sword like a big bright glow of sunlight bursts into his eye.
Excellent. It shrieks as the light envelops it. You, in that moment, as you're striking it, you are certain that this creature is created by the shadow brother of your patron god. You're certain that this is a servant of Erebos, and this is the kind of battle you would relish in smiting,
I'm all in it.
smiting that creature. It's going to, before its turn begins, it's going to use a legendary action to make an attack on you.
Okay. Bring it,
It
spider.
attempts to slam you with several of its legs. Oh, and it does horrible. There's no way. Well, now it's its turn.
Brazino?
It tries to slam you twice again.
Okay.
And I'm going to smite this one. Or I'm going to bane this one, even though I don't think it's going to make a difference. Because I don't think there's any way.
Yeah,
So a
Brazino.
16 does not.
Does not.
Does
No,
not.
sir.
Okay. Another slam on you.
That'll do it.
20. Yes. Here we go. It does 3 damage to you, but you feel 2 of its legs come in and slam you, and then they actually grab you and begin to pull you in. And then it goes in for a bite. And because you are restrained in its arms, it has advantage on the attack.
Of course it does.
It gets a 22.
That'll hit.
And it's going to do 10 damage on the bite.
Ooh.
And then you need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, come on, Brazina.
Hold on. Let me do my damage really quick.
Sure.
Okay. And a con save?
Yes. DC 12. Or else you're going to take...
Yes.
Oh.
Nice,
okay.
Eric.
You take 4 poison damage, and you are not poisoned. You are restrained, however, as it holds you in its arms. And
I take another 4?
Yeah, so you took that other 4. Yeah.
Wow.
What are you at right now?
Well, I just took 17 points of damage. I'm at 3, but I'm fine.
Oh man, the Brazino line has been a very long line.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to adjust this for you,
I'm fine. I got this.
so that everybody can see your little measly 3 HP in there.
Oh.
And it
boy.
ends its turn munching on Brazino, as it still has like steam floating off of it from the smite attack. Periergos, it is your turn.
So just as I see Brazino rush in, I kind of follow him with my gaze, see the massive attack that he endured, and I'm going to cast Healing Word on him.
Nice. Take it.
All right. Okay, so I guess you get 6 points back.
Nice. I'm right back in the fight.
All right, good. Yeah, and I'm also moving forward a bit
Excellent.
there. Oh well.
Yeah,
That
you can
ruins my
kind of
vision.
be in there a little bit. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
No. Just stay right there. That'll. There we go. Screwing up the map. The
Oh, sorry.
The-
Yeah, I know.
the great line of sight blocking stuff going on.
Okay, and I'm gonna end my turn there.
Fonaze.
So Brazina's still stuck in the clutches
It's
of
got
this
it.
thing, right?
Yeah, it's got him like
Okay.
grabbed in its arms, and you can see it's actually starting to produce webs. And you think
Okay.
that maybe on the next turn it might
Right.
start wrapping him up.
Okay, so I'm gonna move just a little bit slightly in, but angle myself forward to be closer to its head, and I'm just gonna shout, "Let him go!" and throw the trident at its, like try to throw it like at the side of its, at the side of its head.
Excellent.
I'm probably gonna bless it too.
Okay. That reminds me, I need to catch up on blesses.
Or maybe not. I think I'm good.
Okay.
And so, it spins perfectly forward, and it lands a little bit lower than the head, but it does get it does get it like, somewhat close to the neck, maybe in between some of its legs in the joint area. And I kind of like try to remember what Nico told me, and I reach my hand out again, and I almost feel like this magnetism, and I see it like jut back out with like the blood spurting behind it, and it like lands straight back in my hand.
Oh, excellent.
And-
Super
And
cool.
as as that happens, I'm like super like excited about that, and I just pull open I pull open my chest, and I use my bonus action to use Daunting Roar straight at the spider. Now let me just finish the damage here. I think it's one-handed, so it's 10 damage after rage.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and Daunting Roar There needs to be a wisdom saving throw by the spider, or else it becomes frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Ooh, okay. It is going to use one of its legendary actions to automatically pass, because the last thing it needs right now is to be running away. That's fantastic, because after your turn, it was going to do everything it could to kill Brazino, but it is out of legendary actions for this round. So you saved Brazino's bacon.
I was wondering when I could use that. So
no, I was about to use it my next turn as well.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, shit. Everything's gonna be scared of you guys.
Leonin, guys.
Roar!
Fakira.
And Perry.
Fakira.
I'm Perry.
Yeah, don't forget about me, all right?
Oh, did I skip you? I'm sorry.
I may be far in the back, but I am a fierce.
You have a mocking roar.
Yeah.
Yes.
He roars like a Frenchman.
Hold on, you did go this round, and what you did was you stepped forward, cast Healing Word on Brazino, and move forward. So it is Fakira's turn. Oh, I thought you said you.
Oh no,
skipped.
we were just talking
Including
about.
him in the Leonin.
Oh, the 4 Leonin. Yes, indeed.
Yes. Yes. Fakira has heard some even scarier stuff, and she has decided that maybe not seeing what's going on is scarier than seeing what's going on. So she pops back out, sees Brazino a little bit in trouble, and she's like, that's okay. Yes! Try to get me! And she shoots Eldritch Blast, trying to like goad it into attacking her.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. She shoots it, and
yeah,
oh
baby.
man, it gets a little bit of attention because it hits it right in like the shoulder, and it kind of like jostles it a little bit, and it does 12 damage worth of hey, look at me.
12 damage of hey, look
So good.
at me. Okay, give me a charisma check. It's going to make a charisma check with advantage.
Okay, she's gonna finish walking towards it.
Okay.
Charisma, just straight charisma +3. There's a 13.
Oh.
You leave him alone.
Leave him alone, and it roars as the wispies kind of rip part of its carapace off, and it is going to use a legendary action because it's a new turn order. It tosses Brazino aside, and just begins to climb like straight over and moves all the way over to you.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, she hasn't learned her lesson.
Brazino, give me a dexterity saving throw, but you're going to do it with disadvantage because you're wearing heavy armor. As it tosses you aside, you get to make, if you pass a DC 13 with disadvantage, you can make a reaction attack on it as it tosses you aside, but because it throws you down in heavy armor, it's...
Come on, Brazino.
Dex or acrobatics?
I would say it would be like a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. And I hold control or shift?
Control for disadvantage. Right up the jacksie.
Thought I rolled it. I think it's taking...
A little
Try
bit of
again.
time.
Yeah, let me do it again.
Oh, there we go. Popped up. I was gonna,
Sorry,
gonna go with your first one there, the 12 and the 5. So,
Okay.
You don't manage to swing around and get an attack on it as it drops.
Can I
you.
bless that?
Sure.
Oh, the 5. No,
Hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
the 5. I'm disadvantaged.
You got
Never
the
mind.
blesses. You got the blesses.
No,
You
no,
might
no,
as
no,
well
no,
use
no.
them.
I'm good. I can't bless a 5 high enough, I don't think.
Oh yeah, 5. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that would work.
Even Heliod.
Even Heliod.
Right.
It is Nico's turn.
Okay, so Nico at this point though, even though the spider's not interested in him, he has to disengage to get away from him, doesn't he?
He does. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it will get an attack.
Yeah, so because he's a pretty smart dude, and he's kind of doing the geometry on this. He's like, holy shit! Like this thing came over. At first, he was impressed by Fakira and like how she was able to taunt him. So he disengages, kind of dips low. I guess the spider's huge, right? Like just
Yeah, you could actually go underneath him if you wanted to. That's how like big he is.
Okay, well, so Nico right now, like he's kind of interested in these cages, and so he goes like a little bit under, I guess, like one of his legs this way, but I think 35 feet will get him right to here, to this cage. And so he used his action for disengage, used his movement. Can he, as like a free action, look at the cage and try to get like any kind of sense of like what is going on? Like, is this somebody I could let out of the cage to help us fight?
Yeah, as you get over to the cage and you look inside of it, a child actually stands up and
A child.
Yes, a child stands up and like reaches its arm through the gates and swipes just disgusting, ragged, clawed nails at you, and you see its face is covered in a mask. And it's
So he doesn't want a cookie. He does not want Nico's cookie.
Oh, he wants you, not the cookie.
Okay. Does Nico feel confident that like he's not going to get all torn up because he's in the cage? Like he can stand here.
Yeah, you can keep away from it.
Cool. Okay, that is Nico's turn.
All right. Excellent. The Nyx Weaver doesn't attack you as you just kind of go underneath it. It is way more interested in Fakira. And it's going to use its last legendary action of the round to attack her with a slam attack. And I'm going to Bane it as well. Oh, I said I was going to use the Bane, so I'll use the Bane. I don't think I need it. It reaches out and slams you with 2 of its legs, Fakira, doing 4 damage to you.
She is going to use her reaction and cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, and dexterity saving throw, correct?
Correct. DC 13.
Fakira.
Does not go well.
Nice.
Yes, Fakira.
Nice.
She is looking pretty rough. But it worked.
Oh,
I can't
boy.
see her meter. Oh, it's under the other dead spider.
Yeah.
It's underneath. Minus 12. Okay.
That was awesome, Fakira.
It is
Nice.
Brazino's turn.
All right. Well, I'm running up behind him and attacking. Oop,
Okay.
I jumped on. There we go. And
As you step forward to make your attack, you actually see the face of Erebos produce itself out of one of the masks, and it like hisses at you as you attack it from behind. I'm going to Bane your attack. So
Bane away.
Huh?
So-
Did it again.
And I will bless my attack.
Okay, let's see here. Ooh,
So-
okay, so you automatically are gonna hit because of the 1.
Yeah, Eric.
All right, so that's 14 damage.
Yeah, Perforus.
And I'm going to use my last smite on it as well.
Yes. Finish him.
And where did that go?
And I will do our... I'm down to
Yeah.
So for another 11.
Yeah.
All right. Tell us about this attack.
Awesome.
So I saw the face. I just got angry and just right next to where the face popped up, I roared and just slammed my sword right into it. And I also, if it's not, does that do it or no?
As you slam your sword into it and the light of the sun erupts into it, you hear a scream that sounds vaguely human as this black gore just spews all over you and your sword. As you do that, all of the masks begin to fall off of the creature, and it coalesces into a puddle on the ground, and from that puddle begin to form these bizarre looking let me just straight up remove him as he disappears. These strange black stone statues as it mythically evolves into another creature, because that's what mythic creatures are, and it develops into these like black hewn statues, each wielding a golden hammer made from the masks as they coalesce into this armor and these weapons.
That's awesome.
They are going to roll.
Well, can I do my bonus action?
Absolutely.
On that?
Sure.
So now I'll throw out the daunting roar.
Is that to everybody? Buddy. Is that to everybody?
Every Leonin has it, yeah.
No, does it target
everyone?
No,
I think it is...
It's whatever enemy is
creatures of your choice within 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
all of them. 10 feet.
Okay, excellent.
Oh,
Come on, Brazino.
Red.
And it's
Okay, so there's one.
Yeah, DC 12, yeah.
Ooh, okay, so this one is afraid. Oh boy. And the last one. Oh, they're both afraid. So what must they do?
They're frightened of me. It doesn't say, it just says...
So they have to spend their action running away from you.
Right.
And is that for one turn? One turn?
Yeah, till the end of my next turn.
Okay. To the end of your next turn. And let me roll a new initiative roll for these guys.
Yeah, Andy also, he has disability on ability checks and attack rolls.
Excellent.
If they could see him.
Okay. We were just on Brazino. Okay. Up next is Periergos.
So I see this display of the spider just dissolving into these things, and I, out of character, pluck the javelin from my back and hurl it to the closest one here.
Excellent. The AC is still 15.
Okay. That's not good. I'm gonna have to bless this baby. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna bless it. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh!
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
We're gonna use all of these bad boys.
Yeah, that's what they're for. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta subtract one of mine.
I did.
Oh, and then only two damage though, unfortunately.
Damage is damage.
It doesn't seem to do a ton of damage to it.
Oh.
It seems like they're made out of a harder substance somehow. Almost as if they're made out of stone.
Mm.
Okay.
So 2. Okay. Excellent. All right. Up next is these strange stone creatures. The one closest to Brazino is going to step forward to the side of him and raise this golden hammer and swing it down in a slam attack on him. And I'm going to bane this as well because there's no other way for me to hit Brazino.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The
Shooting
other
up those
two,
veins, though.
frightened by him, begin moving the other direction. So let me describe that. It feebly swings at you, and you bat away its hammer attack with a deft swing of the sword. These other two move away from you, but even though they're frightened of Brazino, they still understand their motives, and one of them is going to swing with disadvantage down at Fakira.
When they moved away from me, would I have gotten an opportunity?
No, because they weren't in your
Okay.
area. I'm going to use my last. Do I have one more Bane? I have two, so I used one. I have one more Bane. I'm going to use my last Bane to attempt to hit you, Fakira. So here we go.
Nice.
A 9. I'm assuming that does not hit you.
No. My 2 hit points are safe.
Excellent. This other one swings with disadvantage at Periergos. A golden hammer swings down at your head. Ooh, double 2s. That's bad.
Perfect.
Does Fakira get an attack of opportunity on the one that got Periergos?
It did not
passing?
leave her area of
Oh,
threat, so
okay. Gotcha.
It is Fonaze's turn.
All right. So, I'm already flex. As I see them running off, I was going to approach one of the frightened ones, but so
You can still do that. I think you can make it all the way over there.
Yeah. I'm kind of contemplating it. I guess I see the one going for Fakira, and I feel like Brazino can handle himself. And I give him like a bit of a nice going tap with my shield just before I swing it back on my back and put my trident away almost in the same motion and pull out my warhammer with both hands and head towards the one going after Fakira. And I just bring it right down on them.
All right.
And that'll be two-handed, so 11 damage.
11 damage.
So I bring it down and
Nice.
I crush some of they have some masks as sort of decorative armor or something.
Yes.
You mentioned?
Yes.
Okay.
So they have pauldrons and wrist guards that are made out of this golden material that looks like it used to be the masks.
Okay, so when I bring it down on one of its shoulders, a whole pauldron just crumples, and there's the dust from the stone seems to come out from between where it crushed underneath.
Oh yes, it actually cracks slightly, and you see that it is in fact made out of a stone kind of material that cracks when you hit it. The hammer seems to do really good against it. Go ahead and roll an extra D. What is the base damage of the warhammer?
The warhammer is I believe it's a
D8?
a D10 with two hands.
A D10 with two hands. Go ahead and roll an extra D10. Don't add anything extra to it. Just the
just
the
the
D10.
straight. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
So 2 extra.
Yeah. We'll take it.
I'll
2
take
extra.
Damage
Excellent.
is damage.
Yeah.
That was awesome, Christian.
Yeah. I felt good.
Fakira, it is Fakira's turn.
She's gonna disengage and get the heck out of dodge.
Okay, excellent.
20, 25, 30, 35. Ow! She looks around. Everyone else seems to be doing a little better than her, so she's gonna... Oh, wait, no, it's a action to drink a potion, huh?
That is, well, I mean, I kind of prefer bonus actions are just fine in my game. It's more of a home rule. You can use a bonus action to drink.
She's gonna pop out one of those little those potions that Fanazi did not manage to smush,
Excellent.
and she's just gonna drink it real quick.
Excellent.
So now she only has one.
Before
Is that
your
two?
is that a 2?
No. What does it do? Because it's a 1d8.
Oh,
plus other things?
it's a 1d8 plus 2.
Okay.
Yes. It also would heal. It would also heal
Fakira.
status conditions if say you were poisoned or something along those lines. But nobody managed to get poisoned. Let's see what we can do about that.
It is
Before your turn ends, the stone golem creatures that were once the Nyx Weaver open their mouths and breathe out this noxious gas. Everyone who is within 10 feet of a stone statue gets enveloped by this gas and has to make a Constitution saving throw of 12 or else take 2d6 damage and be poisoned for a turn.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Oh, Periergo.
I'm
points.
going down, friends.
So, Periergos, you take 11 damage.
I'm down.
Both of Fanaze and Brazino, you take 5 damage of that. You are not poisoned. Periergos goes down. Excellent. It is Brazino's turn. Oh, sorry. I skipped entirely over Nico. It is Nico's turn. There we go.
Oh, because Fakira just went. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So Nico was thinking about, like, Fakira was looking pretty rough, and then he kind of watches her, pop the cork and pound this thing, and I'm guessing something looked really cool, like her eyes got like that beautiful color again, and so he kind of has heard his two buddies roar, and so he's gonna kind of, does he get the sense that if he runs into the
No,
the,
it is
smoke?
dissipated enough, but you watched
Okay.
it happen, and it was your friends all disappeared for a moment, and then
Yeah.
in a matter of
So
a
he
couple
goes
seconds,
5,
it's gone.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then as he's running, so like he's kind of like fully running, he kind of gives Kira like a little wink, and then you hear like a and he's got this sling kind of going, and he just launches like a sling rock right at the dude that's like looming over Perry's body, which I guess is like on the ground.
It is on the ground, yes.
Okay, cool. So swing, here we go. Come on, baby.
Ooh,
Crit!
crit!
Yes!
You don't get another blue
Oh.
card, though.
No worries, no worries. We'll take it. So let's see here. So there's the sling. Yeah! And crits again, like, gets the max damage. So it's,
4
he has got a
plus
weird thing, right?
4
Yeah, so he's got the 4 plus 4
plus 4?
plus 4, I guess. So 12.
12. Excellent. Roll one more d4 because the blunt
Alright.
damage on it is very
on.
effective.
Yes! Oh, yeah! 16 points of damage.
Wow, excellent.
Kidding me?
That's some
you
serious action
That
with the
is
sling.
Artificer, baby.
Whoo! You see the statue like cracks and bits of it are falling off.
Oh yeah.
Whew.
Oh yeah.
What
And
a
hopefully
great
like
sling
the back
attack.
of his head is kind of like the little pebbles are falling out, but maybe like something from the front of it kind of drops onto Perry and maybe giving Perry hope.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they drop onto Perry, killing him.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, never
Death
mind.
by pebbles.
Now it is Brazino's turn. Yes, are
All right.
you all done, Matt?
Yes, sir.
That was like
All right.
David and Goliath time right there.
I'd say,
Yeah.
yeah, that was crazy with
That
the
was
sling.
good.
All right, so I don't have a bludgeoning weapon, so he's just gonna have to take my longsword.
Excellent.
But I'm thinking to myself, I need to pick up a hammer.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
so 11, 11 points of slashing, which is probably not as much.
You, as you twang your sword into this black marble statue, you notice it does not do nearly as much damage as you think it
Yeah.
would. It seems like it does half damage, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do... Okay. -6. Excellent. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, I'm just gonna keep this guy engaged.
Parry. Death saving throw, buddy.
Where is it in the sheet?
So you go up in the top corner and you have your saves. You click on it, it'll open up a thing with like boxes and rolls and all that stuff.
Am I saving throws?
So on the right hand side, I believe there's a box. I'm not looking at it. Anyone else have any?
D&D Beyond.
Yes, D&D.
Yeah.
Once you put your health points at 0, it
I
usually
did,
changes.
and it said failure success, but I have nothing to, unless I just click. Oh wait, maybe this is.
There we go.
There
Got
it is.
it?
There you go,
Okay.
Perry.
Nice.
Success.
One
All right,
success.
one success.
Erebos doesn't seem to want you that badly yet. His agent is standing over you, though. So, Jason, I want you to give me a flat luck roll. Normally it wouldn't be important, but because this creature is a servant of Erebos, it is supremely interested in sending you to the underworld.
Oh.
So, if you are unlucky, and you roll me a 1 through a 9, it is going to attack you.
Okay. So just on a d20, 1 to 9?
Yeah, yes, just on a d20.
Okay.
Come on, Jace.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
It lifts a hammer as if thinking about crushing your skull, and then turns and paces over towards Fanaze
Oh.
with a... Oh, it doesn't do that. My apologies. It turns around and paces towards
Yeah, baby.
Nico.
The Sling Master.
You see bits of it fall off, and you can like tell your sling bullet is still stuck in its back, and it lifts a golden hammer and swings down at you
Mm-hmm.
for a 16.
You know what? You're not going to believe this, Andy, but you miss.
I know. I was just looking at your AC like...
And you burned all your banes, baby.
And I burned all of my banes.
Nico.
Oh. It actually like slides off of your armor. You're worried for a second as it clips you and doesn't touch you at all. The other two, one of them swings a hammer at Fanaze. Whoo, and criticals you.
Fun.
So it's going to do 8 plus 8 for a total of 16 damage.
Oh.
So that's 8 because of my rage.
Right.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thank
Yeah,
goodness for
barbarian.
rage. Yeah, barbarian. Yes.
Thank goodness.
Oh, still bad though.
Oh.
That hurts to look at.
And then the last one is instead of trying to slam you with its hammer, these pincers erupt from the stone as it tries to bite Brazino, as it makes a bite attack against him for a total of 15. It just bites upon... Are you still wielding your shield?
Yeah.
It just chomps on your shield, and you see venom pour down over the inside of your wooden shield, and it shrieks as it does so. It is Fanaze's turn.
Oh, Fanaze.
So he slammed pretty hard and into my like shoulder and chest, like where the joint is, and so I'm still kind of recoiling and bracing, and it hurts bad, but I instead of like shouting out in pain, I shout out the name of Clothis and come back up for an upswing with the hammer. Clothis! And I like upswing with the hammer and try to just send it home as best I can.
Come on, baby. Yes.
There it is.
Boom.
Send it home.
As you shout out Clothis, you hear it reverberating over the rock. Your hammer connects and you powder the top half of the statue into the air. 2 legs clad in golden armor stand before you. They shuffle for a moment and fall apart at your feet. As that happens, the other 2 statues shriek, erupting another round of the poisonous gas. It's only close. Actually, it is close enough for Fanaze to get a dose of it. So I need Constitution saving throws of 12 from Nico, Brazino, and Fanaze.
Can I use that advantage on the save here?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Ooh.
It's Constitution save?
Ooh, yes.
Okay. Come on, baby. And this is something we can bless if that goes really poorly.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Just use it all.
So, do we know what the DC is?
Yes, it is 12.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
That advantage came handy.
Mhm.
Yes, so everybody passes. You all take 2 points of damage as this noxious gas finds its way into your lungs, but you steady yourselves, hold your breath, and you all manage to avoid being poisoned. Okay. I interrupted your turn, Fanaze. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
The 2 points that we each take is 1 point for me, correct?
It is poison damage, so you don't end up being poisoned. I don't know if that's something that you take half damage on. I don't think so.
I think it's your rage ends if. Oh, okay, hold on. I'll check. Okay.
Yeah, Cam. It would be easier if they had more healing potions.
Yeah, who
that
smashed
hammer,
those?
that hammer came in handy now, though.
Oh yeah. Resistance.
Yeah.
It's resistance to that. Okay. Yeah. So to finish.
Because you have movement and stuff too that you could.
Yeah, I still have movement. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move forward. I want to be in the fight, but I'm feeling it, and I'm even sort of a little slow. And I'm just trying to use my kind of feline agility and like just stand by Periergos and I pull out my trident again and my shield, and I kind of look over my shoulder and I'm like, hang in there, lion.
Excellent.
Oh, nice touch.
It is Fakira's turn.
Fakira has 35 movement. Can she get to parry?
The question is, are you going to be able to get to parry without stepping into...
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure that out.
Could she stand there, or is because the wall is there?
Yeah, you can stand there.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
That's always me too.
Hold on. You walked through his threatening zone there. Is that the only way you can
I
make
did?
it? Yeah, I mean, that's what
yeah.
I saw.
I go around.
Okay, there we go. Okay, and you can still
There
make
we go.
it? Okay,
Yeah. No,
excellent.
Fakira.
Yep. She's she pulls out of her waistband the other one, and she pops it and she gives it to Perry.
Excellent. So it's 1d8 plus 2, and it also would heal poison if you were poisoned.
Yeah.
All right.
So we are out of healing potions.
No more healing potions.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
Wow,
yes.
very nice.
Yeah, both of them.
Perry, baby, it's back.
So do I have to count up from negative,
Um,
or is it 0?
it's 0. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
don't
you're
think
at
you
10.
can. 5.
So like
Yeah.
you would go just plot. Oops, yeah, there we go.
I
10
just
like
sit up.
That was nice, Akira.
We have a
I feel
little
much better.
interruption here.
I'm back, Lion. Oh, the baby.
Baby.
Yeah, best part of the
Is he
night.
walking?
Boink.
Yeah, was that walking?
Yeah, he walks.
Nice.
He's just about climbing.
Good job,
Wow.
buddy.
Hi,
Yeah.
buddy. Hi, Ian. Hey, Ian. What does a lion say? What does a lion say? Oh, he's shy right now. He's been doing this all day long. What does a lion say? Roar. All right, say goodnight to everyone. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hi, buddy.
Bye.
Good night, baby.
Bye-bye.
I think, Jason, if you send the lion mask to Andy, he can put the lion mask on the baby.
Yeah,
Sweet.
you dig that.
So cool.
Night,
I think I got a good photo too.
He's such a little cutie. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing watching that brain grow. Okay, so we had just finished up Fakira reviving Periergos, and it
So
is
good.
Nico's turn.
Yeah, it was a good
Okay, so Nico, like, very inspired. He sees this guy kind of chipping apart. I think he's taken a little bit of the fumes of that stuff, and he remembers that he's got this tinker's hammer that's like it's like a hand hammer. And so he reaches down and he calls it his smith's hammer. It's his focus that he normally uses to cast spells, but it's also, a bludgeoning weapon. And he just kind of leans back. He sees the sling bullet kind of still up in the head, and he's going to try to hammer the sling bullet into his head to finish him.
All right.
And this is a normal roll. There we go. Come on, baby.
Thank you so much for the Bane, Cam.
Let's see. Their AC is 15.
That is correct.
So he goes to hit it, but like I guess like he gets the sling kind of like he kind of struggled transitioning from like sling to hammer, and so he doesn't like totally miss it, but like it does no damage. It's like completely whiffs, and he kind of gets pissed, and he's seen his two boys like growl, and so he's even though he's much smaller than Brazino and much smaller than Fonaze, he just kind of gets into like his inner Oreskos and just is like with the bonus action, and is going to try to scare this guy away from him.
Okay.
And the DC's a little bit higher for him. It's a 13, I believe.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
So this first one that you're facing will make a wisdom saving throw and fails.
Yes, and I think he's the only one I can get because I think it's within 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
He fails. Excellent.
Yes.
Damn it. Because I wanted to attack you with him on,
I know.
on the end of this turn. Then in that case, they're not going to spend any legendary action this turn. They're just going to let it go. Brazino, you are up.
I'm going to hit the guy in front of me
Excellent.
again with my sword.
With your sword.
That does half damage.
Just whittling away.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm.
Do we know what their AC was?
Yes, it's 15.
Yeah. All right. So I missed.
That pesky stone.
Ah, yes. You may have even hit it, but it just didn't find purchase
Right.
in the strength of the stone.
You got a blesses? Oh, okay. I see.
He has
Wouldn't
one,
matter.
but yeah. it
Yeah.
wouldn't. Periergos. Unless you want to do anything, Brazino, like move or
No, because if I move, he'll get an opportunity, and I kind of keep him occupied and away from everybody else. So I'll just stay right there.
Perry, as you stand up and look at this battle, you see your friends doing battle with these strange black marble statues. And you hear a boom that shakes the entire cavern, and bits of crystal begin to fall, and then it stops. And it sounded like it came from somewhere above you.
Oh God.
And the battle continues. What would you like to do?
Andy.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, son of a biscuit. How high is
All
the
right.
roof?
It's varies because it's a cavern. So
Okay,
there's
okay.
portions where it's like 10 and portions where it's like 20.
Okay.
And the battle continues.
So I wink at Fakir. I give her a wink of thanks and wipe the rest of my healing potion off my lip. And I am very inspired to give inspiration to Brazino. So I'm going to give him Bardic Inspiration. So that's a 1d6. And it sounds like, Andy, you can use it on top of a blast, right?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
But then in that same, I'm going to get far more discordant and usher a string of curses at the one by Nico.
Yes.
Excellent.
And
What kind of save do you
cast.
In Leonin.
It is a wisdom save of 13.
need? Excellent.
Yeah, and
They're
Leona,
terrible.
exactly. So he knows exactly the curses that I'm hurling
Yes.
at this stone bastard.
Ooh,
Yes!
a 6. They are terrible at wisdom saving throws.
Okay. Fortunately, it's not that tough, but we'll see.
Ooh, just enough.
Oh yes.
Bad.
Terry, you are my friend.
Oh,
The stone
right
face of the statue gives no hint of emotion, but right before your eyes, the head cracks in half, right where the bullet was stuck in its head, and it
Yeah.
falls to pieces in front of you, Nico.
Oh man, I'm loving it. Nico thinks it was his mighty roar.
the aftershock.
The aftershocks.
Yeah.
He thinks that he made the roof shake, and then he heard Leonin like the ancients.
As the last one, as there's only one left, before your eyes, Brazino,
Oh God.
the statue changes its form once again. And in front of you is standing the avatar of the very god you probably loathe the most. Let's make him large.
Erebos.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, let's move him to
So
the front.
when
as
you
well.
say avatar, Andy, what is that? What is that?
So if the
Okay.
actual god was standing in front of you, he would be immensely huge, walking as a giant across the landscape.
Okay.
This one is about the same size as you. And,
Okay.
and as he erupts into place, swishing his whip back and forth in front of you, Brazino, he begins to talk in his strange, muted voice without his lips moving. Heroes, adventurers, always sticking your nose in places they do not belong. You think you are doing good here, but in fact you endanger all with your actions. And he whips back and forth as he kind of sizes you up, Brazino. Do you reply to him?
I want to reply with my sword.
Go ahead and make your attack then.
All right.
I reply with my sword.
Oh,
It speaks
boy.
Leonin too.
Oh.
Yes!
Oh.
There you go, Eric.
Got a 23 hit a god.
So
It does. It has the same AC.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
This is just an avatar. It is not the
Sweet.
god itself.
Okay, thank God.
Still, that's cool.
so 14.
You strike again, and this avatar of Erebos seems to be made out of the same structure as the statues were before it. You clang your sword into it, and it feels like it only does half damage. So
Right. I figured as much.
It turns towards you and unleashes its whip. And it cackles as it does so, shouting, "One day, it matters not what god you serve, you will be mine." And it slashes at you with its whip. 1 attack.
So good.
Ooh.
2 attacks.
Ooh.
3 attacks.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ouchie. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Well,
+8.
It criticals you with the last one as well. Each one of these only does 6d6 damage, or does a d6 of damage. So a d6 plus one.
I'm gonna be down.
Well, we'll see. We will see, because it's gonna do an extra 6 to you. So
Holy snake.
it ends up being
Yeah.
21 damage as it slashes into
Ooh.
you.
What
Whip.
makes you
Whip.
totally dead?
Whip. If it does double your total amount of damage, your health HP in 1 turn. Each
Like
one of
if
those
you-
attacks,
yeah.
so it would have to be like 1 attack. So imagine
Okay.
if you fell from a very high place. What's your total HP?
20.
20. So if it did 40 damage to you in
Gotcha.
one motion, you're instant dead.
Okay.
This does not kill you like that.
Well, regardless, I am down. However,
Oh, yeah.
I have
Yes. Yes, you do.
yeah.
Right where he wants him, Eric.
what is it? Hard to kill feature.
Yes.
When I'm reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, I can drop the 1 hit point instead.
You
Nice.
feel the call of the underworld pulling you down, and the sunlight begins to dim on your face. But then you feel warmth erupt through you, and you hear a voice say, "Do not let my brother win. You know what is right. You know where you belong." And you rise up from one knee to stand face to face in front of your foe once more.
Rawr.
Rawr.
That's awesome. So good.
Fanaze, it is your turn.
I am so this god is where this one manifested from. So this doesn't exist anymore, correct? Statue?
It's in the same spot. Yeah,
Is it
so
still moving or is it immobile now?
it is mobile. So it is imagine that it is the avatar. So where
Okay.
it would be standing is the avatar of Erebos.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm going to move forward ever so slightly, kind of, still wincing and still looking forward, keeping my shield up, and I'm gonna throw my trident at him and just wince through the pain doing it.
Excellent.
And
Yes.
I'm gonna bless it unless there's an
It hits.
AC. It hits. Okay.
Yes. It's 15
Nice.
for the AC still.
Oh, it's still
Yes,
15.
still
Okay.
15.
Nice.
So then with one hand, it's 8 damage.
Onaze.
The trident strikes true, but you feel like it's not the best weapon to attack this this creature with, as it only does 3 damage.
It still looks stone, Andy.
Yes, it's like a
Oh,
avatar
it
of
would-
him made of stone.
I thought it was something
It
else.
would be 4 because of my rage gives 2
okay,
to the thing.
absolutely. It begins to crack exponentially, though, and you can see that it realizes that it won't be around for long. Fakira,
Yeah, baby.
you're up.
Akira, seeing Perry, open his eyes and turn and start doing, she kind of like straightens her spine and she like turns and she looks at the avatar and she's like, "Not today." And she holds out her hand and this white beam just glows from it.
Come on, Fakira. Yes.
And as it shoots towards it, it hits it directly in the neck. And you can kind of see the cracks start to cover its face. And
It explodes.
Yes.
You didn't roll damage. There we go.
There it
9.
is.
These
And?
cracks of light erupt from inside of it, and it explodes into a puff of light right before your eyes, Brazino. You couldn't think of any better way for it to go in this moment. And with that, all of your foes seem to be vanquished.
did I say it right, Brazino? Not today, right?
Oh, you're muted.
He's muted.
Yes, right. You said it right. I
Good.
couldn't find the
I
button.
wanted to get it right for you.
Nico's so curious about this thing, and so he kind of steps up and he's kind of checking out like the waist of it. How does Brazino just look like hammered dog shit, Eric?
Yeah, 1 point.
You're
of it.
muted, buddy.
You've got one.
Yeah, I'm at 1.
Okay, so he's still got the Perforos' hammer in his hand, and that's what he casts his spells with. And so, what kind of armor do you have on?
Chain.
Okay, so he kind of just like he taps like each of your shoulders. He's not like knighting you, but he taps each of your shoulders.
I tell you not to worry about me right now.
Oh,
Heal other people.
As you guys begin
Okay.
to survey the area of all of this this melee that has taken place, the leftover bits of the statues, a wind kind of blows through the tunnel for a moment and blows the dust of it kind of towards this direction over here. And as it does, you hear, "You are children who know not what you do. I hope you are true heroes, for now you must clean up your own mess." There is another rumble again.
Oh,
and
God.
The entire cavern shakes. It sounds like it comes from above you.
we gotta go, baby.
And then from the same direction as the blowing dust, you hear moans, the sound of the dead as they begin to shuffle out of the darkness.
Oh,
Left behind, where the statues had been, are all of the masks that thank you so much, Cam, are all of the masks that were on the Nyx Weaver. There is about 30 of them on the ground, all disattached, all made out of gold.
but we know that they're cursed. Like we don't want to
Yeah.
touch them.
You also would know that it would be proof of you having fought return or some kind of creature. If you returned without a trophy and just told a story, it would be a little lackluster probably to the eyes of the people of Alekos.
Are we pretty confident that the roof is coming down soon?
It doesn't seem that the roof is coming down soon. It just seems like there is some movement. And you see pulling themselves up from this crack in the earth are
Oh God.
returned, and quite a few of them actually begin to pull themselves up and out of the hole.
My friends, we need to grab one of these masks and get going. And
I
then
agree.
I grab
then-
as many as I can.
Yeah, I grab a bunch.
I grab one as
and
well.
run.
Yeah, I'll grab as many as I can too.
I do still think though, Brazino, like I've got healing spells, and like who knows what's
Oh.
gonna fall on you. You got like one.
I can do as an action. I'm gonna do my lay on hands on myself.
Okay. And how about Fonaze?
Well, yeah, I could use.
Okay.
I'm bruised everywhere. I'm badly bruised.
So yeah, so after he realizes that that Brazino's going to use the power of Heliod to kind of heal himself, he heads over to the barbarian who still has like the shimmering shield of Purpose because it's going to last for like 10 minutes, and he doesn't even have to really tap him because he's just going to wave the hammer through the shimmering field, and it should add 1d8 plus 3. I think I could just press that, right, Andy?
I think so. Does it
Yeah,
have
there we go.
a roll 20 marker on it?
Yeah, it's got it right here. Here we go. Boom. Come on, baby. There we go. So you get 9 hit points back there, Fonaze, just in case stuff drops from the roof.
Thank you.
You got it, buddy. Let's get going. We gotta get to that portal, and we got a date with Tassos. Is that his name? Tassos. Come on, friends.
Thank you so much for all the blesses, Cam. There we go.
Thank
They will
Everybody looks
probably
like
be
they're
used
ready.
in short order.
Yes, they will be.
Oh, Andy,
Yeah.
there was a bless for me really early on in the session, so I have 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping track for me. It's hard to sometimes run everything at once.
Oh yeah, no, I get that.
You all grab as many masks as you can. Basically, each of you can grab 5, so you end up with 25 masks. You
Nice.
move your way to the portal, confident that even though these returned are erupting out of the ground for some reason, that this cavern will probably be able to hold them to some respects, and you
Okay.
come on out. Let us change the map that you are now on as you come back into the Thaumaturge's place of work.
Mm.
You come through into the dusty workshop, bruised and battered, feeling slightly strange. Oh, I didn't move you all over, did I?
I think we might be stacked. Let me see. Yeah, we're
you're,
stacked.
You're all stacked. Okay, excellent. Bruised, but feeling as though you are coming down from quite an epic battle. It seems calm here. You can even see that the sunlight is coming through. It's probably not even midday yet.
Mm.
Is there a way to seal this cavern off at all, or no? I'm just looking around. How big is it? Is there like?
Well, we're in the portal area, not the cavern area.
Oh, that's right. We
But
portal.
we're
Oh, that's right.
we're
We
like
portaled
up
out.
above.
Yeah.
Isn't
Okay,
our
okay,
job
that's right.
right now though? You
The
guys
one,
don't.
the one concern you might have, and it's kind of a remote concern, if there was a significant amount of it's not like returned are completely unintelligent. They're not like zombies who can't think. They are actually capable of complex thinking. Some of them can do math. Many of them can do tasks such as guard duty or similar things. You kind of have a slight concern that if enough of them got together, they could figure out a way to get out of the hole in the main house, and potentially a whole horde of them could come out. But before you have time to contemplate this, let's take a bio break.
Yes.
We're gonna take our
Thank you.
intermission, everyone, and we'll be back with you for the rest of episode 4 of Mythic Odysseys of Theros, tomorrow's Twilight. Thanks for sticking around with us so far. We'll see you all in about 5-ish, 10 minutes. Thank you so much. There we go.
Okay.
Hold
Sorry
on,
about
hold on,
that.
hold on.
Towards the
Hold
after
on.
that.
Welcome back, everyone. The players, well, the Kuros, just vanquished the mighty Nyx Weaver in its many forms, as well as banishing a avatar of Erebos. They fled, or retreated, let's say, from a horde of returned coming up from below, and now they find themselves back in the ruined estate of Cacao, pondering what to do next. So you're standing there in the ruined, the Thaumaturge's workshop, and you hear that boom again. And now that you're back outside, you can actually hear that there is fighting happening outside of this room.
What?
Yes, indeed. You might want to take a look outside.
Is there windows?
I'm gonna take a peek.
None that look the direction you hear the fighting
That
from.
we need.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a peek, like not like go right out the door, but I want to like. Peek
you can kind of hide in those bushes. Those
Yeah.
bushes are so thick you could actually go out into them.
Okay, I'll do that.
You're like a lion in the tall grass.
Exactly. Exactly.
And how far up is still concealed?
All the way to the edge of the bushes. You could go all the way up to the edge of the bushes.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Cool. Oh wow. Okay.
You see a strange, gawky, lanky individual in blue robes throwing down with an enormous leonin with a two-bladed pole axe, and they are throwing down epically. The blue-robed creature summons a clanking, whirling machine and hurls it at the giant leonin. And the leonin answers by slicing it in half with not his weapon, but what looked like the conjured spirit of a leonin warrior that leapt out and cut the whirling contraption into pieces. They trade two more blows, and the leonin steps forward deftly right at the perfect moment and cuts the figure in blue down. As the leonin stands upright, you recognize him. Ajani Goldmane.
Yes.
The leonin warrior who all leonins know. The companion of Elspeth and the caller of the prides. He stands up and shakes some black gook off of his blade, and then looks around as if expecting someone.
Now this recognition of this particular character, is it like heroic or infamous? Like
heroic. There are few individuals. There are
Oh.
few individuals on Theros who command as much respect and actual like among the Leonin. Ajani Goldmane is beloved, and he's kind of thought of as like someone who transcends like family and pride, and is like a leader. But he is kind of a individual who is not connected exactly to the Leonin. He kind of exists beyond them. And oftentimes spends his days in Oreskos getting bands of Leonin together to go do important things in Theros. And one of the most important things that he did, that you know of, was he and Elspeth traveled to the land of the gods, Nyx, and fought Xenagos, a rogue god. And together, they killed him. With the help of the other gods, of course, but this Leonin has been to the realm of the gods and killed a god.
Okay. I'm going to slowly rise, and make sure that like my trident is like sheathed in my shield so that the points not pointing ahead of me, but behind me, kind of like as a sign of like passivity. And I'm gonna move out of the bushes, but then also like turn over to where I was at the door and let out like not a more of a language roar rather than a like a Leonin like saying so and so's here like
right, yeah, exactly.
he has come, you can come out now, and basically like communicate that in Leonin to everyone that's in the room over here as you know as I need to, and slowly approach.
When Nico hears that roar, he kind of elbows Fakira a little bit. He's like, Fakira, I think you're about to meet one of those guys I used to draw in my book. He's fucking amazing.
Right. She starts heading towards the door.
Oh, my roll 20 is acting a little strange here. I'll just leave him over here. So Goldmane, he grips his double spear or his double axe and shifts towards you. And as he sees another Leonin, he sets it down with one blade in the dirt and steps over towards you. Oops. Come on. Let's get this. And he kind of meets you halfway.
Okay.
He growls a greeting towards you and kind of beckons you to come closer.
All right. I come closer and I return it, but I lower my head a little bit lower so that I'm not as high as he is.
Are you Fanaze? I thought I recognized you. And he approaches you and holds out his arm to you for a handshake. Like, handshake.
Yeah, the Roman handshake thing going on. At the sound of my name coming from his lips, my eyes jolt up, but I try to keep my head low. And then he comes forward and I realize, it's okay. And I try to, I definitely go for it and I land it, but I'm trying my best to give it strongly, but I'm kind of starstruck. So he grips my wrist before I can get a good grip on his, so he's kind of squeezing the circulation out of it. And I'm just like really trying to put on a brave face and be really excited that, and I say, it is an honor to meet you.
You did well at the games of Erois. You brought honor to our people.
Thank you. Clothis was with me.
Don't put too much faith in the gods, brother. They are not what you think. Have you not heard my tale? How long have you been gone from Ereskos?
Long enough to remember the bigger details, but not the smaller, admittedly.
Bring your friends out here.
I look over to the bushes and
Kira's just standing there like...
Yeah, I say it in common this time so you all can hear it. It is safe. You may come out. There are more of our own for you to meet.
Nico holds his hand out for Fakira.
Thanks.
His paw.
Takes the last hop out.
Let's go, Kira.
You keep a strong pride, I see.
One to call my own, that I am, that follows the same path I do.
He points to Brazino. What is your name, brother?
I am Brazino, the 4th junior.
Are those the raiment of Heliod I see upon you?
They are indeed.
I see that my story has not reached far enough to our kin. What are you doing here? This place is befouled.
It is indeed befouled, and we hopefully took care of some of it.
Good. I expect as much from our people. You know who I am. I am Johnny Goldmane. I don't like to go around saying my name often, but I worry you've not heard my story enough. You know.
Have it.
Oh, I would be very, very curious to hear it, my friend.
He sticks his blade into the ground hard enough that it stands by itself and crosses his large arms over themselves and looks around at you. You've heard that Elspeth and I traveled to Nyx, the realm of the gods, and fought with Xenagos there and struck him down. Yes. You know this.
Yes.
Rings a bell.
When we returned from Nyx, Elspeth, who was Heliod's champion, returned to tell him the news, give him back his weapon, and he struck her down, killed her. There was nothing I could do. So, instead, I vowed I would return and tell all that would hear that the gods are not worth your praise. Do their bidding, and you will dance on a string for them. But when you are in need of their help, it will fall on deaf ears. He looks over at Brazino. My stomach turns as I look at you, but I know you are my kin. Beware. Your god does not care for you as you care for him.
I just look at him blankly.
He turns from you at that moment, almost not wanting to say more, and walks over to look at this figure in blue. He kind of pokes the figure with his double-sided axe.
It's at that point I recognize the guy in blue, because I just came out, I was in the bushes.
It's not the guy in blue. It's a different creature.
Okay.
Wearing a very similar blue cape, or blue robes, but this one is actually like a lizard person. Long, lanky features, sharp claws, and a strange contraption on their back that seems to be otherworldly.
As he's doing this, I take a few steps forward and I kind of gesture back to the buildings and I go, we came from below these structures, and it would seem the returned are in hot pursuit of us. It would be wise to leave this place.
Oh, I see. I came hoping that I would find a way down to the underworld here. But if the returned are coming up through it, then perhaps we should do something.
You got a big plug?
A plug. I think that the earth will do enough to plug up any hole into the underworld. But I want to look over this person first. He kind of begins going through their gear. I found him skulking around. He smelled like the Infinite Consortium, so when I approached him, he attacked me. He obviously knew who I was. Foolish to attack me alone. Have you...
Kind of side-eye at Matt's character, whose name is completely
Nico.
Nico. I'm like, Infinite Consortium?
Yes, they are.
Nico's kind of rubbing his chin. Does he know who they are?
No, none of you have heard of the Infinite
Okay.
Consortium. This is the first time you've heard any of that. Yes, a band of merchants from, and he catches himself before he goes on. It was as if he was about to say something that he thought better of telling you. They are powerful merchants who travel the land, stealing and gathering any artifacts or powerful items that they can find. Yes, indeed. They are treacherous individuals who would kill you to take a bauble from you. They hoard these artifacts for their own gain or sell them to the highest bidder. They are scum. But this one and several others around here seem to be interfering in the business of Theros.
Andy, kind of curiosity killed the cat kind of thing. Nico is kind of obsessed with this contraption. Like, he's listening.
Uh-huh.
While he's listening to him, does he think that this contraption is one of those artifacts?
Which contraption?
So you said that he killed the lizard person, and the lizard person had some sort of contraption on him.
Right, on his back. But there are also other contraptions that like flew out and tried to attack Ajani as well. These things here and here appear to be contraptions as well, and they are sitting on the ground leaking out black fluid as they have been destroyed by Ajani.
And it looks similar to the fluid that we saw down below?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't look like Erebos's like fluid from the Nyx Weaver. It looks like
because this is the time where like I know Nico as a Leonin should be like totally in awe of Ajani, but like the reality is like he's an artificer.
Oh yeah, everything about this individual and his contraptions just excites you. The craftsmanship, the design of it shouldn't be capable by modern craftsmen in Theros. Would you have a concept of electricity?
He's going to eventually, but I don't think so yet.
The contraption on the back of this thaumaturge is bizarre. Coils and coils of what looks like copper and strange structures coming in and out of it as if meant to capture lightning or some other element like that.
Is this something where, because like I do think like Nico would like, if it's so big that he can't take a piece with him, he would pull out his notebook and start scribbling.
Right. It's a backpack. You could actually take it with you if you wanted to. But Ajani seems to be standing over the corpse of the blue mage at this time.
Oh, but the backpack is on the mage.
Yes.
That he's standing over. Okay, so Nico does not enter Ajani's space, but he's just kind of he's definitely got his eye on the backpack.
Ajani kind of sees you eyeing. Be careful what you take from this one. And don't touch those creatures over there. They come from a very dangerous place. A place called Nufrexia.
I've never heard of Nufrexia.
No, I imagine you have not. And I would like to make sure that no one on Theros hears the words Nufrexia again. And with
Ajani.
Huh?
Ajani, I'm humbled by your presence here today, but do you think it is possible for us to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and perhaps use these Nufrexian weapons against them?
Oh no. Oh no. That is where most of this terror has begun. Whenever you hear the word Phyrexian, know that you cannot use it without corrupting yourself. It is not worth it. Any power that is promised, it will come at too high a price.
I don't respect the gods above like. Do they use the word science here and there?
I mean, there's kind of a general philosophy of science.
Above,
but
I'll just call it philosophy.
Yeah.
I don't hold the gods above philosophy, but I do know they come in handy quite often for us. How can we balance the two? Because clearly, like, you represent like where we want to be one day. I find myself very tempted by that backpack.
Well, the backpack is fine, but don't take anything from... In fact, he just turns from you and goes over and he summons this white fire that seems to erupt from the ground and burns the leftovers of these creatures like in front of you before anyone can even do anything. If you want to be like me, then believe in the power of the pride. Work together with your brothers.
And sister.
And sisters, of course. The pride.
Forgive me, but where is yours?
My pride is busy watching the gates. And that's where I must go eventually. Once I tell all of our people in Theros, make sure that each one of them hears the tale of Elspeth, I will go back to my pride.
Do we know what that means, watching the gates?
No, it seems like a reference that you don't understand.
Cool.
Maybe he's talking about watching the territory of Oreskos. There's no gates to Oreskos, though, so if he's talking about gates, it's metaphorical.
Right.
And he tells you, I will take care of this portal to the underworld. You keep on your good work. Take care of your pride. More than anything, watch out for each other. And he kind of goes about his business. He looks like he is about to like walk over into the building and kind of do something to cover up the portal. But he leaves you to your own devices.
A Mystic Goldmane?
He turns around. Yes, little one.
I don't know if you saw it already, but and I kind of like take a couple steps closer to the fountain, and I vigorously point down at the fountain. There's this black stuff popping out. Smells real bad. Don't know what it means though.
More Phyrexian corruption. And as the word Phyrexian comes from his lips, you feel a quiver come from your ring.
Oh, nice. And is the word Phyrexia part of New Phyrexia?
What's you doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're gonna have a chat later.
I will take care of this. Please, I need space to work here. If you are around, you will inhibit me. Take your things, continue on your work, and take care of each other.
Do we get the feeling that because Elsbeth is not Leonin, right?
Elspeth is a human, and she
was a human.
Was a human. Yes, she's dead.
So he can kind of understand other Leonin, like making the pride like the Tomorrow's Twilight, and not necessarily where they came from.
I mean, him more than anyone else. I mean, because you know that he very famously traveled with Elspeth, a human warrior. Awesome. So, with what you know of him from what you know of him, you think that he understands that, like, when he says pride, he doesn't necessarily mean like
Yeah.
just other
That's
Leonin.
awesome.
Yeah.
So Nico kind of picks up the backpack, and then he's kind of at a distance while Kira's talking to him, and he does like have his notebook out, and for future reference for our party, like he's kind of taking notes on what he's wearing and like what the symbology is, and like what like does he, because he says he doesn't believe in the gods, but do we see any kind of sigils on him
No,
at
he
all?
doesn't. He doesn't wear any like thing of the gods, and his outfit is it's Theron enough, but it is also a little unusual. He's not wearing like the typical warrior's raiment of like breastplate and similar stuff, but it's not too far off. But that's not unusual for Leonin, especially ones from Oreskos.
I think like this is going to be kind of a defining moment for Nico as far as like what he makes everything look like.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
like he's really absorbing like what everything looks like in his equipment.
The one thing that Nico does notice is that Ajani's weapons and his armor are not made out of bronze or bronze adjacent like kind of things, and they're filigreed and they're very nice, and you know that if he had he looks like a very strong guy, but if he had two blades on the ends of a stick like those ones, they would have to be made out of a lighter material than what most Theros forges would be able to make. So his either they're very magical or they're unusual. So
that's awesome. And Nico knows like not to ask those kind of questions, so he's just absorbing everything he can.
If you don't want
like,
to,
just,
sure.
Well, I think because he's a little bit like on the spectrum, so like he's just kind of staring at him in awe and just kind of probably staring too much.
Before you guys leave, he approaches Brazino and says to him, "Think over my story, brother."
I will think over your story.
Good. And he reaches out for a handshake from you as well.
I give him a handshake.
And he actually kind of turns it into a hug.
Huh?
Yeah, he pulls you in for a hug.
Yeah.
And then
he's kind of a hero of mine.
Yeah, he lets you go and begins going to his work. He basically is waiting for you guys to leave. Whatever he's going to do, he doesn't want you to see it.
Okie doke.
It's best we take these masks back by now.
Yeah, Nico just grabs the backpack and he's got his 5 masks and he's ready to peace out.
Excellent. We have work to do. We have plenty of work to do.
We've got a timeline, right? I guess the end of day 2 or midday 2.
It's about midday at this point. So
I go to the doorway and I pick up my tankard. That still smells horrible. And I go over to the water and I like pour it out and I try to swish out the smell, but
Ajani notices you doing that and comes over and he casts some magic and it cleanses your tankard. And he says to you, "Be careful. If more of this material gets on you, it might require more than just small magics to remove."
He looks very concerned and agrees. Okay.
Now, get thee gone from here.
Turns tail, skips off.
Excellent. You guys begin to make the travel back to Alekos. Yes.
Oh boy.
Of course, Ajani knows prestidigitation. He's like epic level character. It doesn't take yes, you missed all the spiders and everything else, all of its forms. I'm sorry, Melee. But there will always be the VOD, and if you've missed any of our episodes, you can check them out on our YouTubes. The link is below in our information. That way you can catch up on the whole story. Thank you so much, Jason. You begin to make your way back to Alekos, and it's time for our favorite type of roll, the survival check. Who wants to roll me that survival check?
I'll go for it this time.
All right.
Yeah,
All
baby.
right.
And I'll bless it for sure.
You got
I
it.
don't need to. I can.
Dude!
Sure.
Booyah!
Hey.
Booyah.
It was
I
melee
really want to
set
get
up
back, I guess.
So,
Crits are
so
flowing.
go ahead and give me a roll of a d20 and a d4, L2.
Oh, that's a nat too. Nice.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
A D20 and a D4.
A d20 and a d4.
Okay. Okay, that's a 2, and then a D4 is a 4.
Okay.
That was just residue of Ajani, just kind of rubbing off on the survival.
Give him that d4. Okay, so tell me the total of the roll again. Both of them added together.
Oh, so what I rolled for the 20 and the 4 added?
Added together,
That's a
yes.
6.
A 6. Okay.
And these were just straight rolls. There was nothing I had to add, like modify them.
No,
or- okay.
nothing modified to it. So you're going to the Erois, the god of victory, smiles down on you, and you have this blue card which you can use at any time for the following benefits: plus 1d8 after making a skill or an attack roll. Go ahead and write that down. I need to come up with a better way to keep track of these. For now, I know that you have a blue card, and I remember that you, Janelle, have a red card. Yes.
I think we could put them on our tokens, right?
Yeah, if you want to put the notes in there, that's fine as well. I'm not supremely
Andy, that
concerned.
was awesome, by the way. Just the whole combat and sequence. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good God.
The multiple waves of terror were great.
Yeah, I was like, uh-oh. I just used everything.
Well, good. I will keep it coming. You guys come through the countryside of the coast of Alekos completely unharmed. In fact, you all have time to kind of like... It's a nice...
Can we say that our fur's like a little bit more golden? Like the sun?
Well, it would be golden if it wasn't covered in your own blood.
Oh, we haven't done like a short rest or anything?
No, you guys haven't done a short rest.
Oh.
You want to do a short rest out in the countryside?
No, after we get back.
You want to do it after you
Let's,
get back.
let's get within walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Get within
beaten up
walls.
even with the healing. I think we need some rest. Proper rest.
It is a 2-hour walk, made shorter by some good direction by Fanaze. And as you cross the threshold, thank you so much for the continued subscription. Oh, the gift subscription to a Rogue Singer. Yeah. Very nice. And thank you for putting in for our ongoing community challenge. Did we get a raid in there? No, I'm just seeing
No raid.
yeah. And we've got a bless for
Choo-choo train.
By the other side of the gate, wandering bard passes singing and shanty just to entertain the crowd. The bard looks to Fakira and gives her a rose before prancing off.
Nice.
The shanty strumming a tune.
Nice one.
Someone here is trying to steal my thunder, I see.
Excellent.
Dueling.
Yeah. So that's a bless for Fakira. Let me do that as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't believe how many of those we used. The only person who didn't use a ton of them was L2.
I was
How?
rolling
'Cause you
well. I was like, I'm gonna use it, and it's like, oh, I guess not.
Excellent, excellent.
They can
Okay.
be used for initiative as well, or no?
Yeah, I can't see why not. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, I'll
Um,
think about that next
Well,
time.
I'll have to go over them again. I know
Okay.
down below it says what our channel points can be used for. A D roll after making an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw added to the total. So no, because it is
Okay.
actually like bless the spell, so
Right,
you wouldn't
right.
be able to
Okay.
use that.
Gotcha.
But it wouldn't be bad actually to go over all of our. If any of you are sitting there with a bunch of channel points and you feel like participating and giving our heroes a little better chance of surviving, for 1,000 XP, which are our channel points, you can cast Bless on one of our lovely heroes. For 2,500 XP, you can give me a Bane to use against them. You've been hoarding yours. Well, I hope you plan on spending them on some of our community challenges. We've got to get Jess into the DM seat.
Oh yeah.
For 5,000, we have Lesser Restoration. Basically, you can remove a condition from one of our players, or you can cast False Life for 10,000. There are going to be some... Yeah, exactly. We're nice, exactly. We are fair. We are fair arbiters of the law. But there will be some changes soon to our channel points, our experience points. So if you'd like to know more about them, please check out our Discord. And we'd love to have you there to talk about Theros and Dark Kingdoms and just the other general projects that we're working on. Okay. Our beleaguered and bloodied party of heroes enters through the northeast gate, lugging their heavy golden masks.
Yeah.
It is midday. Let's move our sun up a little bit to reflect what time of day it is. There we go.
That's a nice touch.
Always forget to do that. And what would you guys like to do as you enter?
Where would we think is the best place to put these?
The God Spire is kind of
Yeah.
like the center
Okay.
location, and it kind of makes the most sense as you. It's kind of like the city center.
It's a little bit harder to carry.
Isn't that
5
where we
masks.
took the heads last time?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just like carrying all 5 so they kind of look good, but it's a little unwieldy. And I'm just kind of like trying to prance along saying, we handled it!
She put some on your horns, Vakira. Wear them as trophies.
People are all over the place in various states. Most of them are just kind of sitting around waiting for the end to come, because that's
Does it
what they have
seem
accepted
worse
as
than
their
when we
lot.
left?
The only thing that seems worse is there seem to be a lot of people standing around holding their tummies, their bellies,
Okay.
as you think that they are probably a little hungrier after
Yeah.
the farms were finally destroyed by the followers of Mogus.
Ugh,
But
yeah.
for the most part, they seem a little more in step with things. They're just fine. Thank you so much for
Oh,
the bless.
Periergos thanks you.
Yeah,
Nice.
there we go.
You will use the bless wisely.
Excellent. We've been using them a ton today. It's
Yeah,
been
I know.
great. Okay.
I love it. I hate hoarding them.
Excellent. Okay. So what path would you guys like to take? Do you guys want to stop by? It's only midday. Do you guys feel like you want to stop by any place on the way? Tomorrow's Twilight is kind of on the way if you wanted to
Yeah,
stop by.
I mean that's kind of
Yeah.
because I know Nico
whether or
wants
not
to drop off
Captain's
the backpack. And he probably wants to do a little bit ritual identify, like on the wand and stuff,
Oh,
while
okay.
they take all the
Excellent.
masks to the spire.
So you guys begin marching through. Oh yes, I get a Bane. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Mwah.
You guys begin moving through the city. You walk past the Grand Temple, and I would like a perception check from Brazino, please, as you guys walk by. Yeah.
On air. Me.
You kind of keep an eye out for the rowdy bunch of men who were following you last time, but if they're around, they're too blended with the crowd for you to notice them. And you guys kind of move on to the docks and make your way to the Twilight. As you approach the Twilight, you see that at the docks, a special group that stays with the ship and part of the stage crew are busy turning the dock into a stage. And it is nearly finished at this point. You see that there are even some of the players, the actors, standing around rehearsing parts, and as you guys come in, they wave to you and welcome you back, and as you get close and look covered in your own blood, and they immediately bring out like poultices and bandages and water to you, like immediately. One of them is a centaur by the name Yanni. And Yanni comes out to you. Oh, how are you all doing? Fakira, you... Here, let me help you. And he begins, like, getting some blood and dust off of you.
Well, we ain't dead. Try now. Anyway.
Thank the gods for that. Still no Captain Morrow. We haven't heard from her. I believe Barnaby and the ushers are still out administering aid to the city for the sick, and for the most part, everyone's still kind of doing what they're doing. Laurel? Who's Laurel, Melee? Yeah, and if you guys want, you can take a short rest here, or do you want to continue on immediately to the spire? Short rests. You guys rest up, eat some food, which the tomorrow's Twilight has a good store. Drink a little bit of wine.
And it is accompanied by song. Singing of the deeds of the day.
Excellent.
So everyone gets a extra, where is it? D6?
Is that if we use hit
Yeah,
dice?
D6. So do you want me to roll it, Andy?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, not bad. So you guys will get an extra 5.
Nice.
Clean ourselves up for the march into the center.
So do we just press this little, because I've never done this for Andy, we just press the little button on short rest and
Yes, and then it'll ask you how many.
press roll, hit die?
Yeah.
Cool.
So what's everybody's condition in here? How's everybody doing?
All right.
Good
I'm-
now.
Pretty, like, even with some of the healing, I'm still feeling the sores, and the welts are faded, but they're still there. I'm still stretching my arm out to make sure the muscles, like, don't clench up too much. They mentioned there was mention that the stage crew was still making work of something. Yes.
Yes, they're working on the Temple of
Yeah. Right.
Karametra. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Is there like a complement of any of the hoplite like soldiers that stays with the ship?
Absolutely. There
Okay.
are a few of them still there.
I want to go up to talk to one of them and ask them if they've noticed any wandering eyes and, you know, scantily armed, like people, you know, kind of eyeing the ship, or, you know, get venturing a little too close.
Sure. You approach a woman clad in armor named Fivovi. Fivovi. Yes, that is a Greek name, Fivovi.
That's a good one.
Okay. Would you make a perception check for Fivovi?
Okay. Perception check for her? Okay. I would just use, I wouldn't use my own perception, correct?
Just give it a flat roll, and we'll add 2 to it.
Ooh, a 1.
Oh no! Oh no!
She's
Can
no
I bless that?
No. I'm not going to give you a red card for this because you're technically not rolling for your
not
character.
her.
Yeah.
She actually tells you, it is the most astounding thing, Fanaze. We have been keeping our eyes open, but someone has come and stolen some of our food. We had actually set some aside to give to the people of Alekos, but somehow someone got onto the ship, took the food, and has disappeared with it. We have enough for us, for the crew, for you, for every one of us, but we meant to bring it as a diplomatic mission, and now it is all gone. Consequences to the rolls.
Right.
Man, they think they'd be hungry.
And there was no sign of these culprits.
Well, not that we noticed, no. But we've redoubled our guard and kept our eyes open. Some of the stage hands have been paying extra attention so that the guards don't need as much help.
Right. I'm not happy about it. No one, I've joined the group again.
Okay. After your rest, nothing seems to change. The deck crew is busy putting the finishing touches on the stages, and they are passing around like ideas, because you have like about 3 different plays that you guys put on regularly. They're kind of discussing which one of the plays would be the best for I am too nice, Melee. Discuss which one of the plays would be best to like excite the people, and potentially like how they could change some of the story to like really work things. But you guys feel like it's probably time to head over to the Spire.
Andy,
yes.
I'm not sure totally how short rest work, but is he also able to do the identify on that wand during that time, or is that like too much stuff?
Sure, no, you can absolutely do that. It is a Wand of the War Mage. +1.
Sweet.
Ooh.
And that will that allow him to attune to it, I guess?
Yes, of course it would. If you wanted to.
I have to figure it out. Is that better for you, Fakira?
I could probably use it. Maybe.
Because it'll kind of boost the Eldritch Blast?
I believe.
Yeah, War Mage that's a good one for a Warlock.
For a Warlock? Yeah, I've never used it. Okay, so I guess like where does Fakira kind of eat at and like rest? Like, because I'm not sure. She's kind of a fawn, right? A little bit.
I can rarely be found in the same place twice on the same day.
So are you bouncing all over the ship right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So he kind of like he's kind of been like staring at this wand and just kind of tugging on like the long hair of his beard and thinking about it, and then kind of looks up at the sky, and she worship Karametra, something like that.
Loosely, she's not like a devotee.
Okay,
But
he
she's
kind
a
of
big
like
fan of her work.
he kind of sees like a tree, and it's a wooden wand, I think, and so he kind of has like a vision in his mind, because like he's seen like you've been kicking ass for like 2 straight days with that whatever's coming out of your hands, and so he stops you for a second because you've been so kinetic, and kind of puts his hands on your shoulders. He's like, have a seat with me. And there's like a place like at the front of the ship where there's like it's like kind of like a cotton, almost like a hammock where they put like sails and stuff like that. And he's just like, have a seat here. And he kind of sits with you. And you guys are kind of just facing out over Lagos. And I think sometimes like when you're on a ship, even if the city is kind of run down, like it looks beautiful right now because it's like the sun's really high in the sky, I think, right, Angie?
Yeah, it's like straight up above.
So it's gorgeous. And he kind of presents this to you because like he did feel kind of bad that like he had blessed specifically these 2 infused weapons for the barbarian and for the paladin, and so he kind of presents it to you, and he's like spend some time with this, and I'm pretty sure that whoever your patron is will smile upon you the next time you decide to give someone Karametra's gift. Oh, and she has a wand at her house.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right.
Don't sue us, Disney.
It's a little finicky.
So, as you guys are finishing your rest, you hear some shouting from the stage crew. And as you look around to see what they're looking at, a injured Triton begins walking down the deck towards the ship. You recognize that it is Klaus. Klaus is alone, no Moro with him. And as he gets to the end where Vivovi gets to him, he collapses in a heap on the deck. Vivovi picks him up and begins carrying him towards the deck. They get him onto some like curtaining and lay him down, and he's bleeding from several gash wounds in his side. As you all gather around him, he looks up at you. They've taken Captain Moro. You have to get her back. She's in danger.
Is she below?
Yes. The Tritons.
Who took her?
The Tritons. The colony is fractured. There is a strange thaumaturge in blue who has convinced them to turn against Alekos and attack Alekos. We were trying to convince the local colony to let go of their hostility and broker peace with the city, but the rogue faction attacked us. I barely escaped, but they took Moro prisoner. She can't breathe underwater for very long.
Oh. But Vivovi, I don't think we can either. Oh, this is Klaus. Klaus, I'm pretty sure Leonin can't breathe underwater either, my friend.
Right. We have some bangles that help with this. Vivovi, help them to the bangles. And basically these bracelets come out that allow you 24 hours of water breathing when you wear them. It has been he tells you that Captain Moro probably has 6 hours left on her bangle before she will drown in whatever place that they have taken her. And he begins to tell you more information about where you can find her and how you can get to her. But we will come to that information on our next episode of Mythic Odysseys of Theros, tomorrow's Twilight. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was very fun. Great combat, man. That was.
Yeah. I went down
Yeah.
I went
Arianos went
down.
down.
Yeah.
I was close.
I got
Farica
to
went
two.
down.
I was
Yeah.
so close. I was so close using
Super
all of those,
I had a
all
dad
those
joke for
baits.
Jeff.
Half of us dropped.
Yeah.
That's a good fight.
Yeah.
So some shout outs. Thank you so much. You can see Mythic Odyssey of Theros tomorrow's Twilight every Monday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. On Wednesday nights, we have our Dark Kingdoms campaign with Melee running, and myself, Jason, and Matt and Eric playing in it. I'd like to give a shout out to L2, one of our favorite people in this community. His streams are excellent. If you're interested in community-based like world building, it's super cool. Great just general chat about everything. I really love the movie quote quizzes. Those are my favorite because I learn a lot of like interesting movie quotes as well. And then every Saturday night you can see myself or Melee and a bunch of other people, even Cam Savaris in the chat, as part of Night Owl Squadron. Then some Sundays, I haven't been able to do it much lately because I've been so busy with work. I do our painting stream where I paint miniatures related to Dungeons and Dragons and give them away. I have had some difficulty making that happen. Hopefully I'll get back to it this Sunday. Jason, please check out Jason's writing streams. I've learned so much about how to structure ideas and narrative like ideas just watching him, and there's a lot to learn from someone who's been doing it for a while, and Jason really makes it look approachable from when you're looking from it from the outside.
Well, thanks, man.
Also does some great book reviews, so check out his channel, check out his YouTube, check out our YouTube. You can get caught up on Dark Kingdoms and our Mythic Odysseys of Theros tomorrow's Twilight games. Let's see here. Who else do we have in the chat to shout out? Andy the Mathemagician, one of our favorite mods, doing a great
Melee.
job. Melee, the guy who makes it all happen. Also does gaming streams, does some great talks with Sursa Victory, and if Sursa Victory
Has Melee ever taken down Jason in DK?
Me? No.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure
he was the last one.
Andy did today. He's
Oh
not too
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that was pretty good combat, Andy. I thought.
Oh,
we were
thank you so
gone.
much.
Yeah, that was smooth.
Lived up to the hype.
Thank you.
Bro, Zeno had that sweet second, whatever.
Yeah.
That boost
Yeah,
at
hard
the
to
end.
kill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Instead
good.
of 0, I go to 1, which is awesome. I've been wanting to use that.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, there's some really fun things in the Theros game that you
Yeah,
don't normally
as soon as I saw that, I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, I charged into that fight kind of hoping to get knocked down. So I can pop right back up. It's kind of my goal.
That's classic Eric.
Please,
Yeah.
please join us on the Discord for some like between game talk. We talk about stuff. I give lore dumps for Theros because it's a setting I really enjoyed playing in, and I'm sure Savaris will tell all of you that I am pulling from way more than just Theros here, because yeah, give us those dumps. Thanks, Melee.
Don't.
Let's find somebody to raid. Okay. I'm going to send us to our outro credits. Everyone stick around. We will be running out on a raid here, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. We absolutely loved having you here. Until next time, adieu.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Buenas noches.